Ha! See? I'm going to learn it. I'm going to learn it. Hello, everybody. So you've been seeing me gesture a lot, but I want to thank y'all for pulling up for the third episode of our Tokusatsu podcast. My name is Trey. Find me on Dive on Dynamo here on YouTube or TikTok. Very sorry about the audio delay or issues, but I appreciate y'all pulling up. We are reporting here live at Rick Otaku Cafe here in San Antonio. So if y'all want, y'all can always hang out. I'll be hanging out for at least next hour after our presentation. Today's presentation, we're going to be hanging out talking about mechs and mecha, how they've been presented in live action tokusatsu. And we'll be probably revisiting this because it's a dense subject. There's over 60 plus years or 70 plus years now of examples in tokusatsu. And so we'll be getting into that. We'll be getting into at least the first half of that. This is a show brought to you not only by me, but you guys as well. So as a Sentai, I welcome y'all to comment, give feedback as we develop this into the team that we want it to be. So let us know, and we will be ready to go. So we're moving forward. We're talking about news in tokusatsu, all grown-ups with spandex, force perspective, cardboard cities, and kaiju. We welcome any news that you got because, the community feeds, and we are a better team together. But if you ain't got anything, I got a few things for y'all. Not very much because it's one of those, like, if you're not around those times, like, we already have Gozuger as the current Sentai. I think we're over episode 14 at this point. I stopped at about episode 8, but it's been pretty packed. There's a lot of stuff. Speaking of mecha, in fact, this is a Sentai. I think we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Super Sentai, and this is a Sentai very much focused on mecha. So, like, if you get a chance, pick up. There are not any official ways of looking at that, but if you happen to know of an unofficial way, don't be afraid to cough that up into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because, we always want to support official means, but if you got to go hit that Gokai Galleon, no. And then why don't you replace the G with an F, and you may find yourself in a place where you can watch Gozuger today. You know what I'm saying? Along with Kamen Rider Gav, which over time me and my kids have been slowly but surely moving through. I think we're on episode 3. So for any of you folks out there having to set sail on the Grand Line to get to it, check one of our lovely chats and see how some of us have had to keep up with most latest and greatest. But let's see here. Today's news. So I'm going to put this out here. Game Ranks pops up with a cool tokusatsu adaptation trailer. Some fans came through and applied their own tokusatsu love and know-how. Here, I'm gonna go pop in YouTube as well. Yeah, we'll pop that in the YouTube chat as well. Neat. Applied their own Gucci. See, look, I'll pop this here in chat. So if you're interested in seeing other fans and what other fans are doing in the fandom right now, I suggest going ahead and check that out, feel inspired, and otherwise, you know what I'm saying, get it in. As I was stating before, though, it gets pretty otherwise stagnant, you know what I'm saying? You'll be looking at other like toy announcements, Bandai Premium toy announcements and that sort of thing. So it's not like ever so steady a flow of tokusatsu. Like it'll like happen. It'll happen all at once when it comes to tokusatsu news. So like you're not missing out too much, y'all. I did remind everybody to check out Bandai Premium Store for all the Gozuger and Gav merch because they've like went from civilian cosplay outfits to other like actual like role play stuff for your goes your best here. Also, yeah, let me go ahead and put the game ranks link in there. Yes, but I do really appreciate y'all. We will be then transitioning over to our main topic. All right, so I know a lot of y'all out there in America may be familiar with Power Rangers, and what does every Power Rangers episode end in? A big kaiju fight with a big mech. You know what I'm saying? Now, a young Trey, circa 1993, Day of the Dumpster, that changed my life, y'all. That scene, seeing those five teenagers and grown-ups in spandex, whatever you like to call them, pit up and like look at Goldar and say, "Nah, square up," in a big giant robot. Like, yeah, that teenage stuff was cool and karate was awesome, but like, nah, I am a like. That is the autistic, you know what I'm saying? One part train, one part, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of people piloting it. I was there. So we're going to be talking about mechs. Give me 1 second here. And let me know y'all's inspirations, what y'all like, enjoy, and we will get started with our presentation. All right, so we're going to be talking about the origins of, like, it's not going to be just like mecha for tokusatsu, but we probably want to get a little small history about mecha as a genre in like the world and Japan in general. We're going to be talking about their first appearances in tokusatsu as a genre, of course, because, like, yeah, it permeates like popular culture, novels, manga, comics, that sort of thing. But we started getting more focused control renderings of that in tokusatsu specifically. And of course, everybody's most familiar, like, passing familiarity with it is Super Sentai and Power Rangers. Of course, we'll be highlighting other series, but I actually think instead of a side, I got that peppered in and out throughout our presentation. So let's go on and get going. All right, so we got the origins here from Diaclone to Mazinger. Like, now we have a few other renderings throughout pop culture that tell us about, like World of Worlds got like the big tripods, I think they were called, crab-like things, and they're coming in with the aliens, taking over mankind. I think Jules Verne's hops us in with like the concept of like, there we go. Like a steam-powered elephant, you know what I'm saying, or a mechanical elephant at some point. So like, we've been circling the drain around like, some big Trojan horse, iron Trojan horse, essentially, you know what I'm saying, or a tank in some other format, like whether it be humanoid or animal. But what Japan first tried in this concept was they had a atomic powered android, you know what I'm saying, as well as Tetsujin 28. Tetsujin 28 was a manga that featured like almost like an amorphous iron-clad humanoid robot that I guess was like piloted but not totally, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of these ideas were circulating 1940s, 1950s, but we had no live action, and we barely had any, I think, anime representation of that. And that didn't come until we got Mazinger Z. Mazinger Z, created by Go Nagai, you know what I'm saying? And Get a Robo, another combination robot series. Both were created by Go Nagai. That probably were the first in anime to kick off the phenomena and concepts behind mecha, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, they bring us the super robot concept of it being a mechanized robot that's piloted. Of course, you got our homie here who pilots it. As you can see, they bring all sorts of monsters, villains every episode to deal with. The other, and I want to bring these up, the conceptualists, right? Some people that we'll probably want to look at that were instrumental in all of mecha design, right? Is Shoji Kawamori and Katsutaka Miyatake. You know what I'm saying? These gentlemen give us Transformers. You know what I'm saying? Diaclone, right? So we got like Convoy, whether it be like Leo Convoy, which later on is like Beast Wars, that sort of shit. To right now, earlier in this era, we're just talking about basic Diaclone before we even get to that. So we just got Convoy, Super Convoy, that sort of stuff. But like I said, these two conceptualists and these were the pinnacle and like point of start for mechs here in Japan. So we start fast forwarding here in 1950s, 1960s, right? And tokusatsu is kind of like watching, observing, and of course we had other pseudo close, like we have Ultraman, we have Spectraman, and that sort of stuff. 1950s, 1960s, but it isn't until 1974's Mecha Godzilla versus Godzilla that give us these first brave indications and first designs behind, again, a mechanized, robotic, larger-than-life robot tank fighting, something. And it's always usually going to be a kaiju, right? Like, we always put them against Godzilla, it seems like. So, again, Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla in 1974. And then Super Ryan had given us a TV show, Great War Eisenborg. Now, the version Great War Eisenborg that I'm showing here is a 1990s rendering, I think 1997, 1998. But this goes as far back as 1977, 1978. You can see the upper version of that there being, what that would normally look like. As you can tell, cool, but not very popular. So that didn't catch on as much. But it leads us to Tokusatsu's marvelous intervention, right? Understandly and Jim Shooter, which I want to take an aside to everybody today and shout out and give a somber, realistic, shout out to Jim Shooter. You know what I'm saying? Jim Shooter passed away today. Jim Shooter was the Marvel editor for, I think, the 1960s. He was a teenage Marvel editor, right? So we give homie his correct due here. Bear with me. Yeah, Jim Shooter was that man, bro. Jim Shooter rose through DC Comics to then become in mid-1970s after Roy Thomas stepped down, right? He was there during the disco era, right? He gave us Secret Wars, right? Jim Shooter and Stan Lee came together to push forward this idea here in Japan, right? The 1978, or I think it's 1977, Amazing Spider-Man. 1978, I was correct. 1978's Amazing Spider-Man, right? 1978's Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man. Wow, that was the worst. Sorry, I'm a little catching up with myself today. Don't look at any of those typos. Creating the first enlarging kaiju day of the day format. Our boy Amazing Spider-Man would pull up to fight a kaiju every day as the emissary of hell against any foe, really. But he would come through with his friend Leo Pardon, and they'd come through and waste to kaiju, right? This opened up the formula after they wanted to subsequently order another series. That series was going to be a Captain America series, right? The Captain America series didn't gain traction the way they wanted, and so they transitioned that into Super Sentai, right? Super Sentai was a series that previous to that had Go Ranger and Jack. It was created by Shotaro Ishinomori, the creator of Cyborg 009, as well as creator of Kamen Rider. Homie then pivots his idea, combines it with this Captain America series, and we get Battle Fever J, right? So I always tell your friends, as a big flex, if you're ever to try and tell the friends, like, hey, I know a way that we can bring the Power Rangers, we can bring Super Sentai into tokusatsu, hit them with that Marvel Index number 79203, right? You will always throw them for a loop, right? They never know that there is already latently a way to bring Super Sentai Power Rangers, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty tight. So 79203 is the Marvel Index number where the Amazing Spider-Man and Super Sentai currently exist. And Super Sentai is, I think, currently over 50 years old, if I'm not mistaken. What do we just... Go's future right now is... We got the internet for this. It was 50. I was correct. Look, boy stays based. He knows this. So Go's future right now in Super Sentai celebrates a 50-year culmination of grown-ups in spandex punching rubber suit monsters, and it was all thanks to Stan Lee and Jim Shooter in 1983 deciding to pass on a Captain America live-action adaptation and moving forward with Battle Fever J, right? So, yeah, like, you learn little things like that, you know what I mean? But I'm going to turn this over to y'all. We're going to have a short episode. I'm not going to make it about me, but my life, just like the end of a Power Ranger season, has been a catastrophe. So I just got phone service back, and I got to go then subsequently check in on my children, etc. So we're going to wrap this up, and I actually just want to talk with y'all, bro. What Super Sentai Mecha do y'all love? Which ones have y'all been keeping up with? I will actually say our next episode next Tuesday will actually be a further dedication to Mecha, and this will actually be more of a toy episode because I fucking love toys. I'm saying, you look at all these toys. Look at the ones on screen, right? You got the Megazord and Dragonzord, Daijujin and Dragon Caesar, right, as they call it in the Super Sentai. We got my favorites from Mega Ranger, right? What we got was in the Power Rangers, we call them the Astra Mega Ship and the Mega Winger, right? I love Lost Galaxy is one of my favorite Power Rangers seasons. So just under those, we got the Ginga Man, the 5 Robo there, and Bull Black, aka the Magna Defenders Zord there. Yeah, these are all of them savory, succulent. There's wonderful mechs. So which ones have y'all been love? Y'all keep up with? I'd love to talk to y'all. Because ultimately, we're going to be turning this over and doing toy review. You know what I'm saying? I got a few toys, both historic and probably new ones I wanted to review with y'all. So I want to appreciate y'all for pulling up this Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? See, I'm so disoriented. I'm still stuck on Saturday, y'all. But we're all right, man. I thank y'all for even pulling up and taking y'all time to be considerate and consider y'all time with me. I want y'all to know that next week we'll be doing this again. We'll be following up into the Heisei era. We'll be doing more extensive conversation as well. We'll have more people to talk to. May I give an actual shout out before I leave? There's a wonderful YouTube channel by the name of Sentai 5 Reviews. And I've been following their YouTube series called Megazord Formation. And this dude, like, he's got like over, I think, 15-ish episodes right now that lays out everything from the first season to at least Power Rangers in Space's Zords. I think that's like side Zords and two, like Ultra Zord, Wheel Zord, the Red Battler. Like, all those Zords get a little bit of love from them. So shouts out to Sentai 5 Reviews. Check out Megazord Formation on YouTube. If y'all are looking for any legitimate ways to watch Tokusatsu currently, visit the Toei Hero World, Tokusatsu Hero World channel, currently on screen. Visit Tokusatsu on the Shout Factory Tokusatsu YouTube channels, currently also on screen as well. And I would like to thank y'all so much for pulling up, hanging out with us. Help us improve the show. Comments, hit us here in chat. You know what I'm saying? You are a welcome member of this Tokusatsu team. And I'm grateful to have y'all here. You can watch the recap of this on YouTube at diveon.dynamo. You know what I'm saying here? You can keep it locked on Twitch as well. Or Twitch. We're on TikTok. This is TikTok and YouTube. So I want to appreciate y'all for coming out. Again, Sentai 5 Reviews with the Megazord Formation. Keep it locked, keep it based. Yeah, thank y'all so much. The ways y'all can support, visit me on Patreon, Dive on Dynamo. I do commissions as well, so you want a painting, you want a portrait, something wood burn on a skateboard. I have a few of those up on consignment right now here in San Antonio. Go to #Vegan Eats. You can go buy yourself one right now. I got, I think, Bloodstalk from Kamen Rider Build and one other. Ultraman X, his super form is up there for a purchase if y'all want. You can always attend the free stream. I'm right here right now at Otaku Cafe, and you for $7 can spend the remainder of the 2 or 3 hours gaming with me, getting bodied at Gundam, playing whatever and doing whatever, right? Support always local fan subbers, because if it weren't for them, the people have the thirst and initiative to bring this here. I will always say support the people who support you, support your community, right? Those are our members on our Super Sentai. So from Acer subs to like every other branch from TV Neon and thereof, go check them out, support them. You can always share me, and again, we're gonna do good as long as we group up as a team. We will prosper. But until next week, again, we're going to be focusing on mecha, and toys. I appreciate y'all's kindness and y'all's perseverance to be here with me and this team. This is y'all's Sentai as well as mine, so we can make this whatever we want it to be. Can't wait to see y'all next week. Later.